Ratios. What is a ratio? A ratio is generally a pattern. So we've got a pattern here of beads. We've got 2 red beads for every 3 blue beads. So this is a ratio of 2 to 3. Now, how many parts is there to this ratio is a question that's going to be really important when we come to dividing into ratios, which is the real skill that you need to be able to do at your GCSE exam. Well, in this part there is 2 parts that are red beads and there is 3 parts that are blue beads. So altogether there is 5 parts in this ratio. When we look at simplifying ratios, it's a bit like simplifying fractions. We need to get our ratio into its simplest form, but remember that ratios can't contain decimals. So if we look at this first one, which is simplify 6 to 8, well, we should be able to spot that we can divide both of these sides by 2, because 2 goes into both 3 and 8. So this simplifies to 3, 4. 20 to 25, well, these don't divide by 2 or 3, but they do both divide by 5. So 20 divided by 5 is 4, and 25 divided by 5 is 5. So remember, what you do to one side, you must do to the other. And now if you're really good at your times table, you'll probably notice that both 30 and 36 are in the 6 times table. However, some of you might not be able to make that jump straight away, but you should be able to notice that both of these divide by 2, which becomes 15 to 18. Now these don't divide by 2 anymore, but they do both divide by 3. So divide both sides by 3. So 15 divided by 3 is 5, and 18 divided by 3 is 6. And that's the simplest form. However, what do you do if you've got a question where you have a decimal? Well, if you divide them both sides here by 2, you're just going to start getting more and more of a decimal here. So we have to do the opposite to dividing, which is to times. So we're actually going to times both sides in this case by 2, and we get 7/8. So 3.54 becomes 7/8. Right, let's have a look at a divided into ratios question, and we're going to do this in 2 ways, and it's up to you which one you use. So, at a party, tables and chairs are arranged in the ratio 2 to 7. Overall, you use 45 tables and chairs. How many tables and chairs are used? So the ratio here is 2 to 7. And the total number of parts in this question is 9, because 2 parts are tables and 7 parts are chairs. But we're told that overall we've got 45 tables and chairs. So what do we multiply 9 by to get to 45? Well, that is 5. So what is 2 times 5? 10. And 7 times 5 is 35. So in our ratio, where we've got a total of 45 tables and chairs, 10 are tables and 35 are chairs. That's one way of doing it. Another way is to firstly add up the 2 parts of your ratio. So 2 add 7, which is 9. Then we're going to take our 45 and split it into 9 equal parts to find out what one part would be worth, which is 5. Then we're going to do 5 times 2, which is 10 tables, and 5 times 7, which is 35 chairs. So there's 2 ways there for getting exactly the same answer. It doesn't matter which way you use.